So I'm done with work. I'm kind of tired. Got a GoPro. Think it'd be a good idea to make some coffee. It's a little late in the day, but I figure I would use my aeropress, which I have right here, to maybe come up with like a really nice cold drink, not really feeling like a hot drink today. So, got all the little parts of our little aeropress here. I'm gonna grab a glass. And while I do grab the glass, I do also need to get some water going. So I'm gonna have about that much. We don't want too much, because what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to make a drink that is pretty similar to an espresso. Oh, there's water already in there. Get out the stale water. Yeah, get a drink that's pretty similar to espresso. So we don't really need too much water for that, but we are gonna need coffee. Since I am mixing this with a bunch of crap, I'm gonna keep the temperature, well, the higher the temperature, the more we extract. So it might be, since I'm mixing shit in, 95 degrees. It's a good way to go. I have a little, I don't know if you can see it, little ratio right there. So we're gonna have to stick to maybe 20 grams of coffee. Let me grab my little scoop right here. We're gonna need 20 grams. 20 grams of beans. I'm doing a dark roast. So we're gonna do, what I like to do is actually spray the beans because it's hard to explain. You do get a little bit of static whenever you use a coffee grinder, and what that results in is beans getting stuck. And I don't want my beans getting stuck. So I'm gonna throw this in here. Espresso is usually at a fine grind, so we'll put it as fine as it goes. Vacuum sealed containers, so I gotta do the little shaky, shaky, shaky. Get all the air out. All right. Now, speaking of shaky, shaky, not gonna use the glass. I'm actually thinking maybe shake an espresso would be the way to go here. Thank you for cooperating. So I'm gonna go get me a cocktail shaker. Should be in my box of dumb crap. It's not in here. There we are. It's a shaker. So we got shaker. We got a little ounce glass right here. Don't think I'm gonna go. Actually, sure, why not? I'll go based off of that. So I need some ice in there. Gonna put in maybe, I have some homemade brown sugar syrup I had earlier. Gonna use that. If this opens, there we go. Very homemade. So it's not exactly brown sugar. I was using Demerara raw sugar. That was kind of the reason where it got its color from. So our ingredients are more or less set. Got the sugar in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna brew some coffee in here. The way I'm gonna brew that coffee, I have a special basket I use for the aeropress. Normally the aeropress comes with this basket. It's got little holes. You put it in a paper filter. God damn it. Paper filter. Goes in here. Put it at the bottom of your basket, you're good to go. Now, I have a special attachment called a Prismo, which adds a little bit of extra pressure. I'm thinking, let's just go standard. Let me see how this works when standard. So the benefit of a Prismo is that because there's pressure here, I'll explain it while I'm doing this. It's a better idea. So I am going to, let's see, this is an inverted method. So what I want to do, so dumb, I do not enjoy the inverted method. So for about 20 grams of coffee, this says 50. I'm gonna do a little more because that was using the Prismo attachment. We're not gonna use the Prismo here. Look at that. No coffee stuck to the sides. Only a little bit stuck in the grinder, and that's all because of the water right there. So we're gonna throw this in here. And rather than having to rely on the Prismo's pressure, we'll just go ahead, get us some normal coffee. You see it's a pretty fine grind. And let's see, we're gonna do maybe 60 grams of water. Grams, milliliters, sort of the same thing. Don't know the chemistry behind it. Not off the top of my head. So yeah, let's do that. 62 grams of water. Gonna put this in and then pull up, and then that's gonna cause a vacuum. It'll reduce the amount of stripping. So you see it's flat on the bottom. There's some dripping in there. Actually, I forgot to stir it. You do want to stir your grinds. Get all the grinds wet. Really, for the sake of, maybe those look a little dry, so a little more water. Yeah. So now that they're all dry, nice and handy, put it in, pull it up, and we wait for about a minute, 2 minutes. While I'm waiting on that, I'm thinking it will be a good idea as well to, make a little syrup in here. Be a good idea as well to maybe get like a cold foam. I've never actually done this before either, but does this one work? Yes, it's open. Oat milk cold foam seems like the way to go. I have a little milk frother right here. It's actually a nano foamer, super fancy. Has a little propeller, pushes stuff through a grate. Very nice. Shake before using. Oat milk. I think I'm just gonna eyeball it. Don't really need to worry about measuring too much. The thing with foam is that it does increase in volume. That might have been a little too much right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this foamed. So I actually don't know how to froth milk using a normal steam wand, but I'm gonna do my best. I think my little propeller fell in there. Give me a sec. Got the propeller figured out. In the meantime, coffee's good. Let's go ahead and press it down. Espresso is brewed with pressure. Should be able to see it a little. Press, 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 and it's done. Pull up a little so there are no drips. Very nice, right? So, let's clean this out. Cleaning an aeropress is really simple. You just remove the basket, pop it out. We'll go ahead and wash these. Like I said, this wasn't very rehearsed. So we're gonna do that. There's ice. Let's go ahead, throw on the shaker, get it shaken. So what the shaker does, we're introducing air. Hello. Introducing air. It's very cold on the outside, so once we get to that point, we have a really nice foam. I'm gonna leave it in there. I gotta get the, gotta fix my damn, that's what I want to do. This is a bad idea, but I'm going to I think I'll get it out while I'm pouring it out. go ahead. Let me get a little more ice. Sure. Ice. Look at that. Shaken espresso. Look at that. That right there. Beautiful. And gonna go ahead. This spork out of the way. See it in there? Yeah, it's annoying. Go ahead and throw the cold foam on top. The way we poured it out, art is not my forte. So the strainer's in there. Last but not least, we do need a little bit of cinnamon. Very, very solid. Or we could do without the cinnamon. Yeah, there's the open one. Oops. Looks like a lot, but I'll distribute. So, clean up later. Coffee now. Oh man. It's like super foamy, super light. Between shaking the coffee and adding in cold milk foam, it's pretty much I'll definitely make this again. This was interesting. All right, that's it. Take care.